I wanted you for life, you and me in the wind. I never thought there'd come a time that our story would end. It's hard to understand, but I guess I'll have to try. It's not easy to say goodbye. For all the joy we shared, all that time we had to spend. Now, if I had one wish, I'd want forever back again, to look into your eyes and hold you when you cry. It's not easy to say goodbye. I remember all those great times we had, so many memories, some good, some bad. Yes, and through it all, those memories will last forever. There's peace in where you are, maybe all I need to know. And if I listen to my heart, I'll hear your laughter once more. And so I have to say, I'm just glad you came my way. It's not easy to say goodbye.
Welcome. Our opening song was sung by an artist that both Marvin and Edith enjoyed listening to, Kenny Rogers. The theme of the song, Goodbye, speaks to navigating the pain of losing a loved one and finding peace in cherished memories. And this is why we are here today. We gather today as family and friends to support each other with our love and understanding as we mourn the loss of Marvin Woelfle and celebrate his life. We're also joined by those on our live streaming who I know send their good thoughts and prayers to you in this time of need. There are no words to describe what you're feeling at this time, and no comfort that can be given to take away the pain of losing a loved one. Each of our pain is different, so we must allow each other to grieve in our own way. During this time of reflection, don't be afraid to laugh and don't be afraid to cry. This is a safe place for all of us to grieve and honor Marvin's memory. Now, as we center our thoughts and prayers on Marvin, I'd like to call upon his granddaughter Emily to share the poem Grandpa with us, to help us think of Marvin and all that he meant to us.
Grandpa, another day has come again, as time moves surely on, but nothing now seems quite the same to know that you are gone. The days and weeks and months ahead will never be the same, because a treasure beyond words can never be replaced. The loss cannot be measured now, the void cannot be filled, and though someday the grief may fade, your mark will live on still. For even with our heavy hearts, we know that we've been blessed to have been one whose life you've touched with warmth so infinite.
You were fine until she stepped on your dress. Thank you so much, Emily and company. The poem Emily shared mentions that Grandpa, in this case Marvin, was a treasure beyond words, and his loss cannot be measured now, and that we were truly blessed to have had him as part of our lives. So that's what we do. We come together to honor Marvin and celebrate his life. A life that started at the beginning of November 1940 when Marvin was born in Medicine Hat. He grew up on the family farm in Horsham area. He enjoyed playing baseball in Hilda. Marvin also enjoyed collecting baseball cards. In fact, his sister Marilyn got to collect all of the gum from the baseball packs, and Marvin got to collect all of the baseball cards. Now, she enjoyed those a little bit, and they disappeared. But those cards stuck around for a lot of years, and he had them because he truly cherished those. What he would do is he actually played with those baseball cards. He actually played his own game. He played them down, rolled some dice, and he'd move the players around the bases, kept himself occupied. He truly enjoyed them. Probably not as much more than Marilyn did with the gum. Marilyn also enjoyed time with the farm dogs, and he loved his horse Betsy, who I heard transported him to and from school. And at school, Marvin's report card showed that he was a good student. There was only one notation the girls could find that said, Marvin didn't apply himself. Did you ever find out which subject it was? Was it insurance? The Woelfle family moved to Medicine Hat in 1956, so Marvin and Marilyn could actually finish up their schooling here. Marvin's dad started a construction company which became very successful, and at the time, Marvin graduated from Medicine Hat High School. Marvin went on to take his post-secondary schooling at Mount Royal. Interesting enough, when Marvin took his career aptitude test in high school, it said that he was suited for the insurance business. But Marvin wanted to be an accountant. Now, I'm not sure the family wasn't sure either what he took at Mount Royal, but as we know, Marvin started out his career in the insurance world. Now, early on in his career, Marvin would gravitate to Marshall's bookstore downtown, and there was a special lady who worked there. Edith made sure that she was the one to offer up assistance to Marvin at the bookstore anytime that he came in. And before long, they went to a dance for their first date. Their relationship, of course, flourished, and on June 9th, 1962, they tied the knot at Hillcrest Church. Soon after, Marvin and Edith were adding to their family with the arrival of Janice, Judy, Jackie, and Joy. And the girls remember with fondness going camping with their dad. Time out at Walsh, Elkwater, and other destinations meant the girls had their dad's undivided attention. And this also happened on the trips to Elkwater's Hidden Valley or down to Whitefish. And later on, Marvin would share his time and attention with the grandkids for things like dinner and golf with them and many other times together. Personally, Marvin hunted. He enjoyed hunting and fishing with family and friends. He enjoyed his flapper pie from the chocolate shop. And he was entrusted with the secret special family wood recipe when it came to making and smoking sausage with his family. Don't ask for the recipe. It's protected. Marvin's family said that their dad was a calm, quiet presence who was very generous and had a good heart. Marvin was somebody you could rely on, and his children, and probably many others, would go to him to talk about their life decisions and guidance. Marvin was a mentor to many, and he encouraged his girls to pursue a secondary education, which they all did. Marvin adored Edith. He loved his family, his grandkids, and especially his Blue Jays and Saskatchewan Roughriders. Now, Marvin rarely complained, unless, of course, you interrupted him when he was watching one of those games. We know that Marvin was a season ticket holder for the Mavericks and was looking forward to getting his new tickets for the upcoming season. Marvin was also a season ticket holder for the Tigers when they were still down at the old arena before they moved into Northwest Medicine Hat. Marvin was heavily committed, not only to his community but to his family. But he was quite humble about it. And to build on what we've shared so far, I'd like to call upon his daughter Joy to share a look at the abundance of work that Marvin did throughout his life.
I may have to take a breather while I'm reading this because apparently I squeak when I get upset. So looking back, it's amazing how much Dad accomplished during his life. And I know I speak for not only myself, but my sisters too, when I say we are so proud of Dad's accomplishments and contributions to our community here in Medicine Hat and Southern Alberta. Dad had a very long and successful 48-year career as an insurance broker in Medicine Hat. It started in November 1960 when he got his broker's license and started working at Lang Brothers and Gibson Insurance. He then moved on to Mann's Custom Realty Insurance in 63 and then to Anderson and DeHarney Insurance in 1965. He then purchased Craven Hall Insurance in 1972 with his business partner Bert Kleiss, and they changed the company name to Cedar Square Insurance and Financial Center in 1977 when they moved into their new building. And even after he sold his business interests in Cedar Square, Dad remained working there until he finally retired in 2008 at 68 years old. Dad's involvement in insurance was not just a career to him either, as he was also a past director of the Alberta Insurance Brokers Association as well. Dad worked hard all of his life, but he also did not take for granted the loyalty and support his clients had for him. I remember very clearly Dad telling me how important it was that he also support his clients by patronizing their businesses too, and that he would never accept a discount because with insurance he couldn't reciprocate. I think what Dad probably was most proud of was his contributions to the community of Medicine Hat and the various service clubs and organizations he was part of. And I think it's important we honor him today by listing his contributions, so please bear with me. This list is long. Dad joined the Medicine Hat Kinsman Club in 1966 and was chairman of the TV auction in 1968, was chairman of the Kinsman Car Award in 69. Dad initiated and was chairman of the Skate-a-thon in 1970 and was the Ways and Means chairman in 70 to 71. He was a director of the Kinsman Club from 71 to 73. He was president from 74 to 75 and was past president for 75 to 76. And in 1972 to 73, he was chairman for the district convention. He expanded the K Award, and Dad also initiated Oktoberfest for the Kinsman Club in those years as well. In 1973 to 74, he was district coordinator and district director of expansion. In 74 to 75, he initiated the Kinplex project and was also a zone expansion chairman from 75 to 76. And then 77 to 78, he was the district vice governor, received the Masterkin Award in 77, and became the district governor in 78 to 79. When he was running for governor, his slogan was, "We're starving for Marvin," which always made us girls laugh. He was past governor from 79 to 1980, was awarded life membership to the Kinsman Club in 1980, and he was so proud of that. From 1980 to 81, he was Kin Information Chairman, and 85 to 86, he was co-chairman for the 50th anniversary reunion. But the Kinsman Club was not the only service organization Dad supported. He was also a member of the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of Canada for 33 years, a member of the Loyal Order of Moose for 24 years, and was also a member of the Royal Canadian Legion. Dad started curling in Hilda in 1954 and then joined the Medicine Hat Curling Club in 1956. He served on the board of directors there for 39 years, from 65 to 2004, and was president of the curling club from 73 to 74 and 93 to 95. In 1980, he chaired the expansion of the front addition and concrete ice area, and in 85, he chaired the expansion of 4 additional ice sheets to the curling club. Dad was also part of that club's management committee for 17 years. And in 1982 was chairman of the Labatt Tanker Championship. In 1983, he was finance chairman for the Uniroyal World Junior Curling Championship. In 1996, he was the Medicine Hat Curling Board's liaison and finance committee member to the CIBC Senior Championships, and he was also on the sponsorship committee for the 2000 Men's Provincial Safeway Select Tournament. Dad was the vice chairman for the 2010 Canada Cup, and also volunteered for both the 2004 and 2007 Continental Cups. Dad was bestowed the honor of becoming a life member of the Medicine Hat Curling Club in 1979, and on a provincial level, he also served on the Alberta Curling Council and was director of the Alberta Curling Association for 6 years, with him being president 86 to 87. And he was bestowed an honorary life member of the Southern Alberta Curling Association as well, and was inducted into the SACA Hall of Fame in 1998. But Dad was also a competitive curler himself and won the junior men's district in 1960, won the men's districts in 62, 64 through 72, 75, 77 through 1983, 1985, and 1987. He also won the SACA Men's Southern in 1981, which advanced him to the provincials, and won the mixed district in 65, 67, 70, and 1985, and won the senior men's in 1992, as well as 94 through 96. So if any of you guys came to our house on the hill and remembered our basement, there was the long wall of trophies and the other long wall of plaques from the Kinsmen. So Dad also played slow pitch, and Mom and Dad wintered in Arizona for many years, where Dad played on various senior teams down there as well. Back home, he was president of the Senior Men's Slow Pitch Association for 6 years, was president of the Medicine Hat Twilight Baseball Association for 5 years, was chairman of development for the expansion of the Jeffreys Park Baseball Complex, and was chairman for all the upgrades to Holden Field. Dad was also honored with a life membership with the Medicine Hat Senior Slow Pitch League. And Dad was also the sports director for the Alberta Senior Games in 1992, was co-chairman and director of Friends of Games for the 1998 Canada Senior Games, and was director of Friends of Games for the Alberta Summer Games. So he was also an avid golfer, which many of you would know. He started golfing in 1959 at the Medicine Hat Golf and Country Club with high school golf. He became a member there in 1961 and was an active member for 62 years. And where he was also a past president and director there as well. And Mom and Dad golfed at many different courses, but every winter in their retirement here was spent in Mesa, Arizona, playing golf, and Dad playing baseball. and every spring was at Fairmont Hot Springs for their wedding anniversary to play golf there. And he was especially proud of hitting a hole-in-one in 2018 while he was in Arizona. And Dad has also been a director of the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede for 35 years. He was the chairman of marketing in 2001 and was the chairman of the Health and Safety Committee from 2011 to 2014. He was also the chairman for the 10-year master plan for the City of Medicine Hat Culture and Recreation Committee, and he was a director at the Medicine Hat Savings and Credit Union for 3 years, and where he chaired the Development Committee and the Audit and Insurance Committee. And Dad had also been a member of the Downtown Kiwanis Club, director of the Medicine Hat Y, and was involved with the local Heart Foundation. And Dad was especially proud of receiving the commemorative medal for the 125th anniversary of Confederation of Canada in 1992 for his significant contributions to compatriots, community, and to Canada. So, amongst all of this community work and running his insurance agency, Dad still had time to embark on other business ventures as well. He had been co-owner in Heritage Mazda, Metro Subaru, and Metro Kia. In 1997, Dad and my sister Judy started a business together and developed the Chinook Place residential area, just off First Street. And this is where Mom and Dad lived out their grandparent and retirement years from 99 to 2023. And Dad was also a co-owner of the Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball Club from 2003 to 2008 because it was so important for him to keep that baseball club here. Needless to say, Dad has had a very successful and fulfilling life. And even with all that he was involved in, he was also a mentor, sounding board, an amazing father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. Particularly for me, I am grateful he found the time to teach me how to play baseball, to golf, and to fish. And although Mom was usually the planner, I don't remember Dad ever missing any family get-together or family holiday, which we always celebrated. Dad worked hard to afford both the time and money to take us on many family vacations, and I will be forever grateful that during my early teen years, we spent several weeks each summer near Parksville and Vancouver Island, exploring the island, shopping in Nanaimo, and most importantly, fishing for salmon. And because those fishing trips to Vancouver Island held such special memories for Mom and Dad, they took the entire family, daughters, sons-in-laws, grandchildren, from one last amazing fishing trip to Nanoose Bay to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. One thing many of you may not have known was that Mom and Dad also had a farm between Medicine Hat and Seven Persons for about 3 years in the early 1970s. Dad recently told Judy that if he hadn't suffered so badly from hay fever and asthma, he would have continued to farm as well, because he absolutely loved farming. Well, I did warn you it was going to be long. But to end this, I just want to say, Dad, you were one hell of a man. You are going to be deeply missed, as you were loved and respected by many. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Joy. And your sisters can't pick on you for that now. You did a really good job. Joy talked about her dad being her mentor, and I know he did that with so many other people, and he was well respected. All of his girls mentioned how special their dad was. And there's been many folks that have approached them and told them that he was the best boss they ever had in their careers. Marvin was a pretty special person. And to his children, they knew if their mom and dad were at the curling rink and they were settled into the fun, the girls could ask them for anything off the menu. A plate of fries, a soft drink. It didn't matter how many times you get to go up. They had their pick. Because Marvin was a generous man. He was generous with his time, with his talents, and with his treasures. As Joy mentioned, Marvin was involved in so many different ventures over the years. And you mentioned about the walls with all the trophies on there for curling and bowling and golf and all the clubs that he was involved in. But we got to give Edith a little credit there too, because she added to that. It wasn't just him, but she added to it as well. But one of the biggest accomplishments and the thing that Marvin truly treasured the most was his family. And I'd like to call upon Marvin's granddaughter, Jade, to share a poem to honor her grandfather.
When tomorrow starts without me, and I am not here to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I wish you wouldn't cry the way you did today, all thinking of the many things we did not get to say. I know how much you love me as much as I love you. Each time you think of me, I know you will miss me too. When tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand. The angel said my place was ready in heaven far above, and that I would have to leave behind all those I dearly loved. So when tomorrow starts without me, do not think we're apart. For every time you think of me, remember I'm right here in your heart. Just really briefly as well, my grandfather was the strong and steady patriarch of our family, a man who always put us first and supported each of us in whatever path we chose. He led without judgment, opening doors and encouraging us to grow into what we wanted to be. He gave his time generously as a volunteer, sharing his business wisdom with the causes he cared deeply about. Most of all, he was an incredible grandfather. One who provided, who showed up, and who taught us all, just with words, but with the way he lived. His legacy is the love and guidance and quiet strength he gave all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jade. The family would also like to thank all of the friends and family who were there for Marvin over the years. They'd especially like to thank, I believe it's Donna Storrs and Shelley Cowan, for all of the visits they had, coming by about once a month, sometimes during happy hour. They worked with Marvin and at Cedar Square starting back in the 1980s, so they were pretty special. Going back even further, Larry and Gail Franson were longtime friends of Marvin and Edith's, meeting through kinsmen and, of course, curling. Their friendship carried on, of course, through the years, especially when they ended up living just a couple doors down from each other. I think that was in the place on Chinook, yeah. So separately, though, Marvin and Gail ended up moving into Masterpiece. And their friendship just grew even stronger, especially because they were table mates for meals. And that certainly strengthened the friendship. So thank you for your friendship as well. Now, I know that there's many, many more stories to tell about Marvin, and hopefully you will share these with each other later. Now that we've shared some verbal memories of Marvin and learned a little bit more about his life and all of the things he was involved in, let us reflect on some visual memories of him in a slideshow that includes 3 songs from Marvin's favorite band, the Tijuana Brass. Yes, he wanted this played here, and the girls selected the songs Never on a Sunday, I'm Getting Sentimental Over You, and south of the border, because they reflect Marvin's essence and what they are feeling. They slipped that one picture in just to make sure you were paying attention. Marvin Woelfle will be missed, but he'll never truly be gone if he's remembered in your hearts and in your minds. So think of Marvin, talk about him, and fondly remember those times that he touched your heart in some way. Stories about Marvin are appreciated, so please share these with each other afterwards at the luncheon or in the days or weeks to come. The family would like to thank you for attending this celebration of Marvin's life, either in person or through our live streaming. The family is presently headed to a private interment, so they would like to invite you to head up to the Medicine Golf and Country Club for a time of nourishment and fellowship. They will join you shortly, but please head up there so you can continue to celebrate Marvin's life with your own stories and tidbits. Marvin enjoyed chocolate and ice cream, so yes, there will be vanilla and chocolate ice cream available as well at the luncheon for you to toast Marvin with. But before that, you're welcome to grab a refreshment up at the golf course, an adult beverage at the clubhouse, just to enjoy yourself until the family arrives. And for you folks in here, at the end of the service, please head to your vehicles right away so we can ensure that nobody gets caught up in the parking lot and is not able to make their way up to the Medicine Golf and Country Club. As we near the end of the formal celebration of Marvin's life, I'd like to offer up the poem Remember Me by Margaret Mead. As you listen to it, please say your own goodbyes and prayers for Marvin. Remember me. To the living, I am gone. To the sorrowful, I will never return. To the angry, I was cheated. But to the happy, I am at peace. And to the faithful, I have never left. I cannot speak, but I can listen. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon the shore, gazing at a beautiful sea, as you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, and your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never have gone. Marvin will never have gone if you look for him in the world around you and hold him in your heart. As we leave from here, please say your own goodbyes and prayers for Marvin and his family as we listen to Peaceful, Easy Feeling by the Eagles. Again, another song group he wanted played here. Marvin's children remember listening to the Eagles. It was always playing in the car when they were driving around. And this song reminds us that Marvin found contentment in this life, a life that he embraced, and we are so grateful to have experienced life with him.
I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. And I wanna sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a billion stars all around. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down. 'Cause I'm already standing on the ground. And I found out a long time I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I get this feeling I